Good afternoon, everybody. This is Christopher Bannon with the National Weather Service here in Slidell, Louisiana. And thank you for joining us as we go over the forecast for basically tonight, November 14th, through next week, Thursday, November 21st. Tropical Depression 19 has been upgraded to Tropical Storm Sarah, though it doesn't look like it's going to have any direct impacts on our area, and the latest forecast struggles to even bring it into the Gulf of Mexico. It looks like we will have a nice weekend with near normal temperatures through Saturday, and then we should have a warming trend Saturday night, Sunday, and into Monday. Forecast starts to become a little bit more uncertain by Monday night and through the rest of the week, as there's a question on how many cold fronts we could see. If we have the one front scenario, the cold air arrives faster, like Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, with really one shot of rain Monday night and Tuesday. The amounts, though, are still highly uncertain. There is a good chance we don't get a lot of rain with that, or if we can get moisture, basically some of the remnants of Sarah to move far enough west and north, it could be a pretty good bit of rain across portions of southeast Louisiana and coastal Mississippi. However, the second front scenario, the colder air arrives with that second front, which will be much later into the week. The second front would move through probably Thursday, maybe even Thursday night, early Friday. Would be possible 2 shots of rain with it. However, the second front would have very, very light rain, if we could even get much, because moisture would really struggle to move in behind the first front. That's where we could see the more definite rain and heavier rain with that first front. Still a lot of uncertainty with the amounts. However, there is a better chance we could see widespread 1 to 3 inches of rain with that scenario, as the moisture would have a much easier time kind of pushing north into the area. Again, possible some remnants of Sarah as we can get that moisture to transport north and get us rain. The rain would occur Monday night, Tuesday, but that moisture would move north Monday and Monday night. So going through the Tropical Storm Sarah forecast, as you can see, this is the latest forecast as of 3 p.m. today. Sarah is a tropical storm, a minimal tropical storm at 40 miles an hour, and it is basically going to ride the Honduran coast until possibly all the way across the Western Caribbean, possibly making landfall either over Honduras or into Belize. And then probably, since it's not getting organized, it looks like it's really going to kind of dissipate, lose its identity. So the latest forecast from the Hurricane Center actually has a depression basically right there in the Mexican coast Monday afternoon, and doesn't bring it into the Gulf of Mexico now. That said, it could continue, the system itself could continue moving west, but that moisture may get driven north from it, and that's where we could see the potential for greater rain chances, or especially heavier rain, locally heavier rain in some areas. This is the bigger concern right here. Not the concern, but really the question mark is kind of the cold fronts. The upper left image is Monday. As you can see, there is a cold front draped across the mid-Mississippi Valley from Kansas, across Missouri, and then Illinois, and then into the Ohio Valley, and then the Northeast, all the way through Pennsylvania, New York. It's attached to a surface low that's over the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma, with that cold front, another cold front stretching south through Texas. And then by Tuesday, that surface low would go from Oklahoma towards Iowa, the upper Mississippi Valley area, and could bring a weak cold front into the region Monday night into Tuesday. As you see, it's trying to show that cold front stretching through Missouri, Arkansas, and into the southeastern Texas, northwestern Louisiana area. That would be a little faster, but it'd be a very weak front and wouldn't even really move through the area. It'd almost kind of stall before it loses its identity over the area Tuesday. If we had the 2-front scenario, that would provide us the best chance of rain. However, the stronger cold front, or the arrival of the cold air, may be back with that second front that's being shown right now over Oklahoma and Kansas and into Texas, although the real cold air would be that cold front that's up in Canada that's being shown on this map. This map they're trying to show like the different scenarios and really figure out which one is more plausible. That second, if we had just the one front, that front would likely move through Tuesday night, early Wednesday, and definitely bring a much stronger shot of cold air earlier in the week. However, the second front scenario, that cold air doesn't arrive probably until Friday, which is going to kind of show you in these next couple slides when we go over the 6 to 10 day and 8 to 14 day outlook. So that 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Right now, we're showing a near normal temperature forecast, but confidence is low. And the reason we're showing a near normal temperature, we're not confident in either scenario because a slower front would likely lead to above normal temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday. But a faster front would lead to well below normal temperatures Wednesday. So right now there's a lot of uncertainty. So there's equal chances of above normal, below normal, near normal, just because of confidence. That kind of also goes hand in hand with the rainfall. We are a little bit more confident we're going to get some rain. The bigger question is the amounts of rain. However, again, this is a 6 to 10 day outlook, so it's kind of a light. It doesn't really show a lot of rain because the majority of the rain we're probably going to see would be Monday night into Tuesday, and this is kind of indicating that any rainfall after that. So that would be kind of associated with that if we had a two-front scenario there, and that's why they have this possibly a little bit better chance of seeing some above normal precipitation next week, kind of especially with the Tuesday heavier rain scenario, and then maybe some very light rain Thursday with that second front if we had that scenario. That said, once you get to the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, 8 days is now Thursday or Friday next week. So we're much higher confidence that we are finally going to get a bona fide cold front, or a real cold front to come through here. The bigger issue is just timing. Does it come through Tuesday night, Wednesday, or does it come through Thursday night? And if it comes through Thursday night, all that colder air is going to be here the week before Thanksgiving and then into Thanksgiving week. Whereas if it comes through Tuesday night and Wednesday, we'll have it ahead of time. So that's why the 6 to 10 day was near normal. But if you look at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, a little bit more, not only just leaning below normal, but a little bit more confident, likely going to see below normal temperatures heading into Thanksgiving. And of course, with that scenario as well, and the confidence again is increasing that we're going to have a real cold front. There's also going to be much drier air by the time that cold front. So we're looking at, kind of a dry forecast heading to Thanksgiving week as well. This kind of shows, again, just that the uncertainty with the number of cold fronts we're going to have and when the arrival of the cold air shows up. As you can see, this is basically a range of temperature. The darker line is the median. It's kind of, that middle ground of where our temperature forecast is with respect to all of the different model solutions. And as you can see, this is Baton Rouge and Macomb. In the shaded area shows kind of an upper bound and a lower bound of the temperature forecast. Well, that shaded area is pretty small all the way through Sunday. It increases a little bit, especially mainly for the low temperatures Monday morning, because we have some question on how much moisture we get and how fast the moisture returns. But when you look at Tuesday night, that kind of pinkish shaded area, you look at Tuesday night through Thursday, that shaded area is, in some cases, a few areas in our southeast Louisiana, southern Mississippi, almost 30 degrees, but the spots that we're showing right here are more 20 to 25 degrees, and that is the difference between kind of that lower high temperature or lower low temperature forecast and then the higher end of both of those, high temperature, low temperature forecasts. So if we just pick one right now, let's look at Macomb, and we'll look at Thursday morning, basically. So that's going to be kind of right here where this line is. That upper bound temperature for a morning low, it's going to be down here. The morning low temperature forecast for Thursday morning is right around the mid 60s. That's the upper bound for the low temperature forecast. But if you look at the lower bound temperature forecast for Macomb, it's into the upper almost mid 30s. So we're talking almost a 30 degree difference in the morning low forecast Thursday morning. And again, it has everything to do with the timing of the cold front, because if you look beyond that, you look at Thursday night and into even the next weekend, that shaded area gets much smaller because all the models agree that we are going to finally get a much colder air mass into the area. It's just timing when that cold air gets here. And that is the case for all of our area of concern. So now I'm looking at New Orleans and Gulfport, and we've got the same issue. You look at Gulfport, their high temperature on Wednesday, it could be as high as 78, 79, or it could be as low as 57. So it is a big spread in the temperature, and even more so from a standpoint of the low temperature. The low temperature, if this is a much slower cold front, being right there by the Gulf of Mexico and the warmer water, that low temperature could only be 68. However, if it's a faster cold front, we finally get through, everything moves through, colder air is arriving, could be as low as 43. So that is showing you the uncertainty mainly due to the timing of the cold front. You look at MSY or New Orleans International Airport, it's very much the same. You can see the upper bound for that low temperature Thursday mornings in the mid to upper 60s, where that lower bound temperature is right at 40 degrees. That's a big difference in the temperature forecast. So don't be surprised if you see some big changes over the coming days in the forecast, because it's just going to have everything to do with the timing of the cold front and the arrival of the colder air. Going into kind of the rainfall and the drought. With the rainfall we've seen recently, big improvement over the drought on the drought forecast across southeast Louisiana. However, you look at southern Mississippi, especially coastal Mississippi, there are still widespread D1 to D2 drought conditions. So moderate drought to severe drought. And hopefully we see some relief next week, especially with the kind of two-front scenario. Definitely a better chance of getting widespread 1 to 3 inches of rain. But even with the one-front scenario, the best chance for rain looks like it's going to be across the southeastern half of our area. So when we look at the current rainfall forecast, I want to kind of preface this that confidence is high that we will see additional rain next week. So that is just the chance we'll see rain. That's where the confidence is high. It looks like right now across the area, widespread 1 to 3 inches. Locally higher amounts, are forecast, but the greatest chance for rain, the heavier rain, possibly 2, 3, maybe even up to 4 inches, 4 to 5 inches, would be mainly southeast of a line from Houma, Louisiana to the Kill, Mississippi, especially close to like Plaquemines Parish or Harrison and Jackson counties of coastal Mississippi could see heavier rain, and they need the heavier rain looking at the drought forecast. Now, we want to show that range just like we do with temperature. This is the range in the kind of lower and upper bounds of that expected rainfall. Confidence is low in the amount. And again, that has a lot to do with the cold fronts, the moisture, how far does the kind of moisture from Sarah get west and north, or does it struggle to move north in the area and stay east of the area? So that's kind of the forecast issues that we have. And so when you look at this image right here, you can see that the difference between the lower bound of the rainfall forecast and then the upper bound of the forecast is 2 to 4 inches, almost 5 inches in some areas between the higher and lower ends. So there is a good chance that the rainfall forecast, like the temperature, could see some significant changes because, again, it's timing the cold fronts. And then with the rainfall, like how much of that moisture can we transport north? If we get that, is the reason that second scenario, the two-front system seems to give us more rain is that first front's not very strong, so it's not moving through fast. But the system that's associated with is lifting off to the north real quick, so it's going to have a better chance of drawing that moisture north. Whereas a much stronger cold front, one scenario cold front that moves through kind of Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, won't there's nothing ahead of it that's really going to help to draw that moisture north. So once we start to get that, that support to help pull the moisture north, everything's starting to push east real quick. So that's why that kind of two-front scenario seems to give us the better rain chances. Real quick summary of impacts here. Remember Tropical Storm Sarah, it is in the Western Caribbean, riding the Honduran coast right now, expected to move into either Honduras or Belize and then across Mexico, but latest forecast really, it may not even keep its identity and even move into the Gulf of Mexico. So no direct impacts are expected at this time, but moisture associated with Sarah could eventually be transported north towards the area, aiding in the rain potential. We do have a quiet weekend, so even with the temperatures, look like we're going to have to see that warming trend Sunday to Monday. We could see, tonight through Saturday morning, near to slightly below normal temperatures. However, we're going to be dry the entire weekend. And then Monday, especially Monday night through Thursday, that's where our forecast really gets uncertain. And the uncertainty is mainly due to the timing of the cold fronts, the arrival of the cold air, and then kind of how many cold fronts do we have? Does that lead kind of wave help drive a weaker front into the area and increase the rain chances? We're confident that we're going to see some rain next week, uncertain in the amount of rain. However, we do feel that the best chance for rain and any locally heavy rain will be kind of the southeastern portions of our area. So again, that'd be kind of from a line from Houma to Hancock County, Mississippi, and southeast of that area. So that's where we would likely see the heavier rain if we have it. And then we see cold air finally arrive into the region. Could it arrive Tuesday night, Wednesday morning? Possibly. Or are we waiting till Thursday night, Friday morning? So that's why there's that large spread in the temperature forecast. And either way, either scenario that plays out, we are looking at a quiet and cooler forecast as we head into Thanksgiving week. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Everyone have a great week and enjoy the nice weekend.